making the headlines tonight. The Senate has fully agreed to amend the constitution of only Khmer citizenship for the top government leaders with a vote of 57-57. 97-year-old Ukrainian and Guinness World Record holder Leonid Stanislavski hits shots with 20-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal. And Olympic athletes from around the world have joined forces to deliver message for the world leaders on climate change. This is the Daily Roundup here on the EAC News Channel. A very good evening to you. I'm Rhea Soko. The Senate has fully agreed to amend the Constitution on Tuesday, requiring the country's top leaders to have a single citizenship, only Khmer. The top leaders specified for the amendment includes the President of the Senate, the President of the National Assembly, the Prime Minister, and the President of the Constitutional Council. The plenary session held on Tuesday morning garnered a vote of 57-57. The draft constitutional law on the amendment of Articles 19 new, 82 new, 106 new A, 119 new, and Article 137 new, and Articles 3 and 4 of the Additional Constitution. The amendment was approved by the Council of Ministers on 8 October and was approved by the National Assembly on 25 October. The purpose of the amendment is to ensure the normal functioning of national institutions, as well as to show loyalty to the nation and avoid foreign interference. After the Senate, the draft law will be sent to the King for official promulgation. On 11 October, His Majesty King Norodom Sihamoni authorized Prime Minister Hun Sen to continue the process of amending the Constitution. The move was initiated by Prime Minister Hun Sen last month following an erroneous report from the British newspaper The Guardian, publishing that the Cambodian Prime Minister owns a Cypriot passport. After 1 year of inactivity due to the pandemic, Prime Minister Hun Sen has included in his speech on Monday requesting public transports and ferry services to start reoperating. The first phase of reoperation is programmed for test runs and will include free rides from today until Sunday. EAC News reporter Yuri Matesko has the story.
Since last year, 26th of March, the streets and waters of Phnom Penh are missing public transportation. As an initiative to restore a new normal in the country, Prime Minister Hun Sen has declared the kingdom is finally open and ready for a certain normality, so public transport should resume its operation. Starting today, Phnom Penh officials will launch a test run in those specific routes. Line run from Phia Pnei bus station to Ville Sebeuf bus station. Line 2 from Quit Canon roundabout to Prek Samron Bridge in Tak Mau City. Line 3 and 4A from Suan Rosaikel bus station to Bray Saint Pierre 2 on Russian Federation Boulevard. Line 4B from Suan Rosaikel bus station to Bray Saint Pierre 2 on Chum Chau Boulevard. As for the ferry services, first operation will start working from Suan Rosaikel to Tak Mau bus station. But authorities demand all passengers to comply with health measures by presenting a vaccination card, wearing a face mask, and maintaining social distancing. During the running tests, the Phnom Penh Capital Administration is allowing free rides starting today until Sunday of this week. The regular services with the charging fees is gonna start on Monday next week onwards. But seniors, monks, athletes, children under 1 meter tall, teachers, students, and factory workers are exempted of paying for the transportation fee. Yuri Matosko, EAC News, Phnom Penh.
Japan has provided the Cambodian Ministry of Foreign Affairs with 39 vehicles and other technical equipment. The donation is equivalent to around $2.8 million. It is part of a socio-economic development program provided by Japan. The donations will prepare the kingdom for the Cambodia's chairmanship of ASEAN 2022. The handover ceremony was held at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs with the presence of Japanese Ambassador Mikami Masahiro and Cambodian Ministry of Foreign Affairs Prak Sokhon. Majority of the vehicles were provided during the handover, and the remaining ones are expected to arrive over the next few months. The Cambodian minister has stated the donation is important for ensuring the safety of dignitaries and delegates who will be attending events related to the ASEAN Summit in Cambodia in 2022, and that technical equipment will be used to strengthen Cambodia's security and counter-terrorism capabilities. The ministry has thanked Japan, saying the nation has always been a reliable partner of ASEAN, supporting key initiatives related to COVID-19, including the ASEAN Regional Medical Reserve for Public Health Emergencies and the ASEAN Comprehensive Rehabilitation Framework. Japan has also given COVID-19 vaccine to Cambodia through the kovacs facility. More donations for Cambodia's vaccination campaign. The kovacs facility has donated refrigeration equipment to Cambodia as an aid for the country's vaccination storage capacity on Monday. The donation was funded under kovacs equipment financing program through UNICEF to assist the royal government in its fight against COVID-19. EAC News reporter Yuri Matesko has the story.
9 ultra-low temperature ULT refrigeration units, 9 electrostatic precipitators, and accessories necessary for long-term maintenance of ULT refrigeration. These were the equipments donated by kovacs facility to the royal government of Cambodia, worth nearly $60,000. It was delivered through UNICEF to provide technical support to the government. The organizations also procure logistical coordination to ensure the safe arrivals of equipment and assistance through this mechanism. UNICEF says that the cooling system received by Cambodia will be able to store millions of vaccines that will be distributed across the country. This is also to make sure the effectiveness of the vaccines being inoculated to people to curb the spread of the COVID-19. Yuri Matosko, EAC News.
Cambodia's daily COVID-19 continues to show positive signs. For the third consecutive day, it remains below 100. Since Sunday, Tuesday is the lowest with only 89 new cases. That includes 4 imported cases. Cambodia has now a total tally of COVID-19 at 118,702. Another positive sign is that recoveries outpace the number of cases. 115 patients were declared cured from COVID-19 overnight. They make the total recovery to 115,017. Although there are still deaths being recorded, the same as on Monday, 6 people did not survive. Cambodia's total death since the beginning of the pandemic now stands at 2,800. The kingdom's active cases are now down to 885. Majority of the schools in Bantay Minchey province have successfully reopened on Monday. 95% of the schools managed to welcome the students back, while 5% remains closed due to flooding, as well as being used as quarantine centers for migrant workers coming from Thailand. EAC News reporter Leonte Muhammad has the details.
The Ministry of Education, Youth and Sport has permitted all educational institutions, both public and private, throughout the capital province to start to reopen from the 1st November. However, not all managed to reopen on Monday. One of them is Bantay Minchey province. Some areas flooded due to continuous rain, while there are also schools specifically near the border that are still being used as a quarantine center for migrant workers coming from Thailand. There are 2 reasons why only 95% have managed to welcome students back. The Provincial Director for the Department of Education, Youth and Sport, Chun Bunrun, said the school affected by the flood will not be able to reopen until the water completely reduces, and those being used as a quarantine center for migrant workers need to reorganize and sanitize to ensure safety of the students that are coming back to school. Leonte Mohammed, EAC News.
After Prime Minister announcement, the country is ready for full reopening with no more quarantines. Restaurants are able to bring people in their establishments with no restrictions of people. The Drum Restaurant and Pub at Rosekeo is finally open for its nightlife music since Monday, but safety measures are still being strictly applied. EAC News reporter Yuri Matesko has more.
Smiling faces, plates being served and raised glasses of wine are the wishes for the Drum Restaurant and Bar, which finally reopened their night hours, famous for its live band and gastronomy. But health measures are still being applied at the establishment. The seats were reorganized in order to guarantee social distancing. Staffs are all vaccinated and using masks, and customers should present their vaccination card at the entrance. These are all in accordance to the safety measures set by the Ministry of Health as well as the royal government as a way to live in the new normal. Prime Minister Hun Sen has stated yesterday at the Peace Palace, no more lockdowns for Cambodia. Now, it's time for customers to enjoy a good meal outside. Yuri Matosko, EAC News.
Now for a look at news making international headlines this Tuesday, 2 November.
9 firefighters killed and 1 injured after cave collapses during rescue exercise and trapping 16 of them inside. A total of 26 firefighters were taking part in a training exercise when the accident occurred early Sunday morning when part of the Duas Bocas cave collapsed in Altinopolis, located about 360 kilometers from São Paulo, Brazil. The rescue team were practicing techniques inside the cave when part of it fell in on them. According to the São Paulo Fire Department, the person rescued alive has multiple fractures and hypothermia and was taken to the hospital to be treated. About 75 firefighters and rescuers worked through the day on the rescue. Teams from the Emergency and Disaster Assistance Group and local military police also assisted with the operation along with 2 helicopters.
A 22-story building under construction in Nigeria's commercial capital Lagos collapsed on Monday, trapping several workers under a pile of concrete rubble. At least 4 people have died and dozens are missing. An excavator is at the scene and rescue workers and some locals are searching through rubble and twisted metal. 4 survivors have been found so far. What caused the collapse and exactly how many people are trapped under the rubble remains unclear. The high-rise block is a part of a complex named 360 Degrees Towers, which was intended to house luxury apartments, townhouses, and penthouses, according to the development's website, which has since been taken offline. The housing scheme is being developed by Fourscore Homes Limited, which has a portfolio of projects in the United Kingdom, United States, South Africa, and other areas of Nigeria. One construction worker recalls that his teams had been waiting for an excavator to arrive at the site when the building suddenly fell. He and his brother have escaped, but more than 100 people were inside. Local authorities have put an emergency rescue plan into place, and local officials have visited the site. Building collapses are frequent in Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, where regulations are poorly enforced and construction materials are often substandard.
And record atmospheric greenhouse gas concentrations and warm weather have propelled the planet into uncharted territory, according to the World Meteorological Organization, the United Nations Weather Research Service. Speaking at a news conference at COP26 in Glasgow on Sunday, WMO Secretary-General Professor Petri Talas says the past 7 years were on track to be the warmest on record, as were gas concentrations in the atmosphere.
And we have again broken records in the main greenhouse gases, carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. And despite of the lockdowns last year, the real atmospheric concentrations of those gases were growing, and we broke again a record in carbon dioxide concentration.
The global sea level rise has accelerated since 2013 to a new high in 2021, with continued ocean warming and ocean acidification. The report combines input from multiple United Nations agencies, national meteorological and hydrological services, and scientific experts. It highlights the destructive impacts on food security and population displacement, crucial ecosystems, and in slowing progress towards the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says, "From the ocean depths to mountain tops, from melting glaciers to relentless extreme weather events, ecosystems and communities around the globe are being devastated. COP26 must be a turning point for people and planet."
Secretary General of the World Meteorological Organization.
After the break, a look at the day's sports news.
EAC News fully supports the Royal Government of Cambodia's preventative and administrative measures against COVID-19. But we need you to play your part in helping bring the 20 February community transmission event to an end. Wash your hands regularly, sanitize wherever possible. Keep an eye on your body temperature. Use the Stop COVID QR code and maintain a safe social distance. But above all, please, 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 wear a mask. Only together can we beat COVID-19. EAC News' audience is growing. Our YouTube channel has over 150,000 verified subscribers. To mark the milestone, we've received the Silver Creator Award from YouTube. It's given to channels with over 100,000 subscribers. YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki says the award celebrates EAC News' hard work and incredible achievement. She says we brought a unique voice and style to the world, but have also created valuable connections and built a community along the way. The next milestone we're going for is 1 million subscribers, and we'd really like that Gold Creator Award. So if you're not already a subscriber, head to YouTube and search for EAC News. Subscribers get alerts when the Daily Roundup is premiering and live events are streaming. Get all the latest breaking news and updates from Cambodia in English. The EAC News channel on YouTube. Cambodia made clear. If it's happening and you need to know about it, you'll get it all right here. EAC News brings you updates and breaking news in English across all of our platforms and channels. The EAC News app, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and our website www.eacnews.asia. Join me, Andrew Barnes-Roberts, and the rest of the EAC News team every day on your favorite channels. EAC News, Cambodia made clear.
Barcelona striker Sergio Aguero is out of the game for 3 months following cardiac evaluation. The Spanish club says on Monday that Aguero was experiencing chest pains. The Argentine international received medical assistance on the pitch after his health problem during Saturday's 1-1 draw with Alaves in La Liga and had to be taken to hospital.
Barcelona has released a statement saying Aguero has been subjected to a diagnostic and therapeutic process by Dr. Joseph Brugada. He is unavailable for selection, and during the next 3 months the effectiveness of treatment will be evaluated in order to determine his recovery process. The 33-year-old joined Barcelona on a free transfer from Manchester City in July. He has made 5 appearances in all competitions so far, scoring 1 goal after starting the season with a calf problem. Barca caretaker manager Sergio Aguero said earlier on Monday that Aguero was confined to his room and that he was calm. Barcelona, who sacked manager Ronald Koeman last week following a league defeat at Rayo Vallecano, traveled to Dynamo Kiev in the Champions League on Tuesday.
20-time Grand Slam champion Rafael Nadal hits shots with 97-year-old Ukrainian Leonid Stanislavski, who is also the Guinness World Record holder as the world's oldest tennis player. A friendly game which took place at the end of October at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Manacor, Spain, was a dream come true for Stanislavski, who wanted to take on the world number 4. Leonid Stanislavski came to Spain to participate in the 2021 Super Seniors World Championship. For the first time, the International Tennis Federation has introduced a 90 and over age group in the 2021 tournament after Stanislavski sent a written request to the federation asking for the new category to be added. For Stanislavski, who has been playing amateur tennis for over half a century, it is next to impossible to find a worthy adversary in his age group.
My biggest dream is to live a few more years. At least till 100 years. Some people say, live until 120 years. It would be wonderful if I could live till at least 100, 105, or 110 years old. That's my biggest dream and I fight for it. My dream is not simply to live up to 100 years old, but to remain active and at least be able to play tennis. Probably I won't be a strong tennis player anymore, but I want to play even if I'm not much strength. I dream to meet prominent tennis players.
Stanislavski was 30 when his colleague introduced him to tennis. Since then, he has trained 3 times a week in his hometown of Kharkiv in eastern Ukraine. Stanislavski said the secret to his longevity was a mixture of good genes and regular sport. Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton surprises children hoping to become future engineers in motorsport. He disguised as a team engineer as he surprised 3 children at Mercedes Formula One headquarters. Lewis says working with UBS is really their goal, not only to win championships, but to create a new pipeline of young engineers.
Working in conjunction with investment bank UBS, Hamilton and Mercedes provide an opportunity for hand-selected children to visit the Formula One team's headquarters and learn more about motorsport. Hamilton says the industry wasn't diverse, and visits by school children will help create a pipeline for recruitment of all backgrounds into motorsport engineering.
I really admire Lewis Hamilton because he's black and he's inspiring other black children to do whatever they can.
It's difficult if you don't see it, sometimes hard to believe that it's possible. I love that we're working with schools now. We're working on creating a better pipeline for youngsters getting into our industry because it isn't diverse. Now is the time to act.
The 3 children appeared starstruck as Hamilton initially disguised as an engineer at Mercedes, revealed his identity to the children, and allowed them to examine his car's steering wheel before showing them around the factory's impressive trophy collection.
Shocked, surprised, amazed. It's just like a dream come true.
Hamilton has encouraged the children to learn believing on themselves.
Create a new pipeline of.
Now let's have a look at tomorrow's weather condition. Italy. Olympic athletes from around the world have joined forces to encourage world leaders to take action on climate change at the COP26 United Nations climate talks in Scotland. In a video released by the International Olympic Committee, athletes such as tennis player Andy Murray, swimmer Emma McKeown, diver Tom Daley, and basketball star Pau Gasol, as well as marathon runner Eliud Kipchoge, likened the challenge of tackling climate change to competing at the Olympics. They said politicians need to show real ambition and courage to secure the future that we all depend on.
COP26 comes a day after G20 big economies failed to commit to a 2050 deadline for halting net carbon emissions, a mark widely cited as a condition for preventing the most extreme global warming. Many of those leaders took to the stage in Glasgow on Monday to defend their records and in some cases make new pledges as the start of 2 weeks of negotiations that conference host Britain is billing as make or break. The Olympic athletes around the world have messages for the leaders, especially the leaders part of the COP26.
Dear leaders of the world.
Dear leaders of the world.
Dear leaders of the world.
This summer, at the Tokyo Olympic and Paralympic Games,
we as athletes chased excellence in the face of challenges.
To overcome obstacles.
To lead the pack.
To go faster, higher, stronger.
Together.
Under immense pressure and adversity.
We delivered.
Meeting goals that others believed impossible.
Tokyo and the people of Japan delivered.
When many thought it impossible.
Each Games seeks to deliver a lasting legacy.
But how do we pass on that legacy if there isn't a safe and healthy planet to experience it?
Heat, humidity and extreme weather conditions
mean many of our sports are already under threat.
And sport is just one part of a much greater global picture.
We did our utmost this summer.
And we know that when we strive to achieve our best, others come with us.
Now, it's your chance to deliver.
This is the race we need to win.
And the speed of the race is determined by each of the participants in it.
At COP26,
the Olympics of Climate Summits,
we need you to lead us.
To show real ambition and courage.
Working together to secure the future that we all depend on.
Anything less won't win this race.
Over the next fortnight, we will be looking to you and supporting you.
To forge the ultimate legacy.
A healthy, safe Earth for all.
Yours, athletes of the world.
Thanks for watching the Daily Roundup here on the EAC News Channel. For more breaking news and updates, you can check our website at www.eacnews.asia. You can also check our Facebook page, EAC News, Telegram, and at your favorite app store. More from the EAC News team tomorrow night at 8. I'll see you then.